and welcome to another action-packed episode of CG Kids. My name is Eldon, and I would like to start this episode with something I call Eldon Answers Your Fan Mail. So, Dear Eldon, I love the show. Oh, thank you. But I can't place your strange accent. And are you Acadian? Signed, Curious. What are you talking about? I do not have an accent. And I don't know if I'm Acadian. I don't even know what Acadian is, Curious. And now I'm curious. What is this? What are you talking about?
Hey, Eldon, what's up?
Yes, where are you? And what does Acadian mean? And, do you think that I have an accent?
Whoa, hold on, Eldon.
First of all, we're in New Brunswick working on the new episode about the Acadian Peninsula.
Acadian, eh? Well, isn't that convenient? So, what is Acadian?
Acadians were early French settlers along the East Coast.
French settlers? Well, yes, I knew that. Hey, can you believe some guy wrote in and told me that I have an accent?
Eldon?
Well,
Accent?
Yeah, well, maybe you two. I mean, you have funny accents, but me, not me.
Today on CG Kids, we're going to check out the diverse marine life in Shippigan.
And learn about Acadian history and culture at the Acadian Historical Village in Caraquet. And go digging through 3,000-year-old peat bogs.
Vacuums and clams and Acadians, all on this episode of CG Kids.
Canadian Geographic Kids.
Welcome to the Acadian Peninsula, where the Bay of Chaleur and the Gulf of St. Lawrence meet.
The Acadian Peninsula is known for its vibrant Acadian culture, and over 1/3 of New Brunswick's population is of Acadian descent, and the largest concentration of Acadians is in this area.
The Acadians were the earliest French settlers to the area and were mostly farmers and fishermen. The town of Shippigan still carries on that fishing tradition and is home to the Aquarium and Marine Center. It also has one of the largest lobster and crab fleets in Canada. Let's go check it out.
This is Laurent from the Aquarium and Marine Center.
Hi Sid, how are you?
Very good.
Hi Edie.
Hi, Laurent.
Hi kids.
So why is there an Aquarium and Marine Center here in Acadia?
Well, it's our whole heritage. The old settlers came over here by boat. They fed themselves by the sea, and they moved around by the sea. This was the only thing around here. So that's why we built an aquarium here to show the people nowadays what it was in the old days.
That's fantastic. Can we take a look around?
Sure, follow me.
Great. The Aquarium and Marine Center has 31 exhibit tanks holding 90,000 liters of salt water that comes in straight from the Shippigan Harbor.
And this is a harbor seal tank, home to our 5 harbor seals.
Wow, I noticed that there's a little one in there. How old is that one?
He's only 3 months old, and his name is Nemo.
Oh, he's so cute.
Right.
And what do these guys eat?
They eat herring all the time. They eat about 5 pounds each per day, so that's a lot of herring.
Wow.
And I got a surprise for you. It's feeding time right now, and if you feel like it, you can feed them yourselves today.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Let's go. This is our touch tank, okay? In this tank, it's really made specially for us to touch anything there is in here. Nothing's dangerous. You can put your hands in the water.
Can I grab a starfish?
Of course, yeah. Please, by all means. these are suction cups, you know? So that's what they use to walk around on the sea bottom and grab on things to eat. So this is the part of the tank where we have shellfish, okay? And we have a predator in here. Like the starfish we just saw, one of them just got into here. You can see that it's trying to eat this clam here.
He's trying to pull him open?
Yeah, he's trying to pull him open and trying to put his stomach in there and eat him right there.
Oh, he's open. Oh, it's open.
It's all we... There's his stomach right there.
Oh my
Wow.
That's the stomach right there.
It's like transparent.
Oh, it's pulling it in now.
Yeah, it's pulling it back in now. You even have hermit crab.
Oh.
People, you know, use,
Oh, that's so cool.
yeah, they have very small claws, but it's not dangerous at all. And they use an empty shell they find on the sea bottom anywhere, as long as it's large enough for them to fit into and not to be too large. But this is a perfect match. And we have also scallops here. This is a giant scallop.
Oh, that's big.
okay. And these are great animals because they have eyes all around of it.
Really?
Yeah, they have small black dots here. Those are all eyes. And that's how they see the sea stars coming after them.
Oh.
Okay?
And what do they do when a starfish comes?
They start swimming.
They can swim?
Oh yeah.
How?
They clap their two shells together really hard and they move on the sea bottom right.
And this clam here, it's got something poking out of it.
That's right. That's his siphon. Oh. That's
Oh,
his siphon, okay?
Oh my.
Usually they're in the water just like this, okay? Oh. it's
Squirting water at
squirting
us.
water, yeah.
Oh, there he goes. There he goes.
It's trying to shut close, okay, really tight, and it's full of water. And for it to close tight, it has to expel the water it has into it, because they filter water, tons and tons of it.
It's like a
all over.
fireman.
You're right, that's right.
Oh! I just squirted you.
We have something I'm pretty sure you've never seen before.
Wow, what's that?
It's a lobster, but not any kind of lobster. This
Oh
one is
my
blue.
goodness.
Pick it up.
And why is he blue?
Well, once in every 30 million, lobster turn out to be an odd color. So this one's blue, sometimes they're yellow or polka dot. You know, it's very, very different.
How big can they get?
They can get to be very, very big. We have one here that's 28 pounds, so
That's a pretty big claw.
yeah, that's right. There's a lot of meat in those claws. So it looks like they just never stop growing, you know, and they get to be really large.
I think it's time to put him back into the water.
Yeah, he's getting thirsty.
Well, Laurent, thank you very much for showing us all the animals here at the aquarium. It's been great.
It's my pleasure.
Absolutely.
Hope come back anytime, please.
Yeah, definitely. Bye, Blue Lobster. It's triviography time.
Today's question is, what is paludification?
Here's a hint. It's not a type of ID. Is that your pal? Can I see your paludification?
And it's not a medical condition.
Is it serious, doctor?
It looks like you have a slight case of paludification.
So what does paludification mean?
We'll let you know later in the show.
Acadia isn't so much a place as it is an enduring French culture in Canada.
If you had to put it on a map, Acadia would lie just above an imaginary line that runs between Moncton and Edmundston.
Because it's geographically remote from the rest of the province, the Acadian Peninsula has remained culturally isolated. It's been able to keep much of its Acadian roots and is considered the heart of Acadian culture today.
The town of Caraquet is the largest in the Acadian Peninsula. It's considered the unofficial capital of Acadia for its rich Acadian history and culture. It's also home to the Acadian Historical Village.
Motorized vehicles are not permitted on the premises, so we're going to be riding in style with our Acadian guide, Jewel.
Bonjour, Jules.
Bonjour Sid, bonjour Lydie. Montez. Vas-y Daniel.
French settlers called Acadians first arrived in New Brunswick in 1604. They soon developed a culture that was unlike anything in France.
New Brunswick was one of the first 4 provinces of Canada back in 1867. It has the highest percentage of French-speaking people in Canada outside of Quebec, with 35% of French Acadians. And it's the only bilingual province in Canada, meaning that our schools, for example, and our government function in both French and English. Our laws are passed in French and in English. That makes us a unique province. Caracat was also one of the destinations of expelled Acadians after the deportation of 1755 to 1763.
The Acadian deportation? Big Brother, 1755, the deportation. So, the Treaty of Utrecht, clearly signed in 1713, gave the British almost complete control of Acadia. And what did the French go and do? They built their great big Louisbourg fort. I say those Acadians have got to go.
The British are going on about the fort again? It's not even ours, really. It was built as a link between Quebec and the East. We Acadians are neutral.
They don't even have the same religion or the same language as the British.
We just want to farm the land and be left alone.
They don't clean up after themselves.
Their socks smell.
They smell.
This place isn't big enough for the both of us.
That's it. I vote the Acadians have got to go.
All the Acadians' possessions were confiscated to pay for their own expulsion.
Some Acadians fled south to Louisiana. They became known as Cajuns.
Ah, now I see you're dressed properly, like good Acadians. You can go to work now.
So, Heidi, would you like to learn how to spin some wool?
Oui.
Are you ready to give it a try?
Yep. I'm cheating. Oh, no, no. Oh, I'm so sorry. I broke it. I broke it. It's not funny. It's not.
You have a hard time.
Oh, I can't spin this wheel.
Oh, you have a hard time.
That's it. I'm just going to the store and buying my outfit.
Oh, I think you better bake some bread, because you'll never get it. Look at this.
Oh, okay.
Again. Oh,
Okay. All right, I'm off to make some bread.
Yeah.
Okay, bye.
Bye, dear.
Hi, Sid. I'm Danielle. Welcome to the blacksmith shop. Would you like to forge some metal with us?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go. Hey, good job. Perfect.
CGK.
So you can't spin?
No, not really.
And you want to learn to make bread?
Yes.
Put
Ooh, it's sticky. Do you trust my bread making skills?
I think you were better for the bread than you were for the wool.
Oh, yes, yeah. Wool just
Yeah.
wasn't my calling.
Yeah.
So how long is this going to take? Do we put it in the microwave?
Microwave, my dear? Mm-hmm. We are in 1890, so you will cook that in the oven over there.
Okay. How do we know when the bread's done?
Do you smell something? Do you
Yes.
smell bread?
Yes.
It should be bread in the oven then. So we will check it.
Okay.
If it's the right color, it smells good, it should be there. So we put it here, and we will just have to eat it now.
CGK.
Hey guys, look what I smell fresh baked bread.
Oh, I don't smell any bread with butter and rhubarb. Hey, Eldon, embracing your Acadian roots?
Yes, you're darn right. we Acadians have to stick together to make sure the grand derangement never happens again.
Derangement is a good word for it. Nice hat, Eldon.
Oh, you're just jealous that I'm genetically predisposed to joie de vie. Now go find out more about my homeland.
A peat bog is a type of wetland, and there are many in the Acadian Peninsula. In fact, the region is the third largest exporter of peat in the world.
And the island you're standing on, half of it is a peat bog. Hi.
Oh, we need this music.
So Jean-Yves, how come there are so many bogs here in the Acadian Peninsula?
Because if you look back about 8,000 years ago, the climate was very wet, moist, the land is relatively flat. A lot of depressions have been left behind by the glaciers when they retreated. These depressions are being filled with vegetation, and with time, the vegetation accumulates, generating peat.
So what types of vegetation grow in bogs like this?
The main vegetation is the sphagnum moss, which I have a clump of here. And you can see this little plant. First of all, it's full of water because a bog is like a very wet sponge. It has more than 95% is water. And if you look at the individual moss, you see this little plant, the leaves and the stems, all these pieces, when they die, they fall off and they accumulate in the bog. And with over time, these little pieces will simply transform into peat, pile up on top of each other, and it takes approximately 1,000 years to accumulate 1 meter thick layer of peat.
And what's this peat used for?
It's mainly used to grow plants, produce vegetables, for instance, in greenhouses, in nurseries to produce, start trees. It can also be used in soil amendment, landscaping, for instance, soccer fields, golf greens. They need high quality peat to build those things.
We're here with Jean-Yves' daughter, Mary Ann, who's studying biochemistry at the University of Moncton. How you doing?
Great.
Hey, Mary Ann. What is that plant right there?
Yeah, that funky little thing.
That plant is a pitcher plant. It's a carnivorous plant. The bright colors attract insects, and when the insects get on, it can only go down, cannot get up.
So the whole point is like to trap the bug.
Yeah.
And you drown it. That is pretty cool.
Oh,
there's
look,
a bug.
there's one.
That is pretty. Oh, sorry. Oh, two.
And then how does it digest them?
The plant, it's got enzymes in the water.
So just like our stomach, I guess.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, cool. Peat bogs have been useful to people for a long time. Early Europeans used peat for fuel. Native Canadians used dry sphagnum for bandages and diapers.
This peatland started to form about 6,000 years ago. At that time, it extended about half a kilometer further in the ocean. Now, the ocean is eroding this Lamec peatland. And now this cliff allows us, by showing all the different layers, it allows us to learn a lot about what happened during the past centuries.
What exactly can we learn from looking at these layers?
Well, if we start with this bottom layer here, which is a mixture of clay and sand, very compacted, does not allow water to go through. And then the vegetation started to accumulate on top of this layer, generating the different colors and layers of vegetation. Now, if we look at this one closely here, you see it's dark, it's burnt material, which indicates that a fire has come through this area here maybe 700 or 800 years ago. This is a good example of the peatlands being good preserver. This is what is remained of a tree that grew probably more than 2,500 years ago. It's very, very well preserved.
Great. So have you guys found any bog people in there?
Not yet. In this part of the world, there was not supposed to be any people living in this area, so we have not found any. But in other countries, for instance in Ireland and in Britain, and Denmark, they have found bog bodies, and the people were very, very well preserved. Some of them have been dated back to about 3,000 years ago. And they were so well preserved that they could even see what was in their stomach. They knew exactly what was the last meal they had.
Wow. That is pretty cool.
It is.
Gross but cool.
This is a typical peat harvesting field where they harvest the peat, bale it, and send it to different markets around the world.
Since this area is considered a wetland, is anything being done to preserve it?
CGK.
This is a good example on the restoration that the company has done for this site. As you can see, the vegetation has re-established. You have the sphagnum that is growing well, you have the lichens, you have the cranberries, and other peatland shrubs that are growing on the top of the bog.
So how long before you can harvest the peat moss again?
You'll have to wait about 1,000 years because they re-establish the vegetation, but it takes all that time for the peat to accumulate.
Jean-Yves, thanks for showing us the bogs today. It was just awesome.
You're most welcome.
And now it's time to answer today's triviography question.
Today's question, what is peludification?
And for the answer, let's go back to that peat cliff.
See these layers of peat? In airless conditions like this one, decaying matter sank through the water to form a bed of peat. Peludification is the expansion of the bog caused by blockages to the water drainage.
CG Kids is on the World Wide Web. Find out even more about all the incredible places that we visit on CG Kids. Just click on our website to find games, contests, and a lot more fun facts about our amazing country. Check it out. The Acadian Peninsula has so much going on. It's hard to see and do everything.
Well, you did a good job. I think next you should go to... Just a second. Hello? Yeah, hey, Mom. No, nothing's wrong. I just wanted to... What? I'm sorry I don't call. Mom. No, it's about the family. See, I was thinking we could have a big Acadian family reunion, you know, with flags and t-shirts, you know. We're not? Are you sure about that? Positive? Okay. Yes, okay, bye. There's been a slight change of plan. It turns out I'm not so much Acadian.
Not so much?
Okay, I'm not Acadian at all. I have no genetic joie de vie. And I was just learning to do the jig.
That's too bad, Eldon.
Yes, it was great being Acadian.